So, Jacob.
Yes, sir.
What did the pirate pay for his earrings?
Oh, no.
To get his ears pierced. A buccaneer. Welcome to the Metroidvania Review, Environmental Station
and that
Alpha.
was today's stream.
Dun 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 dun. Environmental Station Alpha Part 4.
Pops out and pulls you off stage.
So, according to the map completion, it says we're about halfway through the game. That's not correct at all, as we'll find out as we progress. Where we left off last time, we fought Mr. Handy Ghosts, and hey, look, Denzo's here. Hey, Denzo.
Hey, Denzo.
And great. We just defeated the temple with the statue that shoots lasers from his hands. What were you saying?
Never mind.
That was the week before.
I'm thinking the boss the week before.
So last week when Jacob was here, we finished off Overgrowth, but he didn't want to join last week. So anyway,
more like I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. So we just barely got some armor that allows us to be in this heat area without being burnt to a crisp. So that is where we're going to explore now. And Jacob, if you remember last time when you were actually here, we got this dash ability, which is amazing because it makes you invincible as you use it. So you can jump through enemies and obstacles and basically just skip around things. So I don't remember exactly where I'm going here. I'm sure Denzel will pipe up as soon as we're lost for more than 5 minutes. So we're just going to kind of explore. And I would really like that, but I don't think we can get that right now. At least not from this side.
Oh no.
Let me look at the map. So, according to the map, if we go down and right, so we're going to go, yeah, we're going to try and get that thing, because I would like to get more health upgrades than I have in my other file, the 99% file that you see on the save screen every time we load this game up. Plus, I should probably go find it.
It's haunting you. It wants you to be at 100%.
Yeah. I think I see the places on my map that are... And that, by the way, that 100% is strictly map completion, I think. I don't think it has anything to do with items collected or story points progressed. So, we're going to go around the bottom right here.
Oh, that was nice.
And yes, I agree, Denzo, this game needs a re-release of some kind, I think, because it needs a console release, because it doesn't get enough attention, and when it's on PC, it gets kind of ignored. So I think these fire bars are new, and I'm not sure what triggers them. I don't know if it's the turning on the power or if it was the statues that did that, but it looks like where our progress is going to be either off to the upper left here or down here, but I think it's down here if I remember correctly. But we're going to try and get that health upgrade because I don't want to live without health upgrades anymore. Okay, that didn't work at all. We're going to get ourselves killed trying this. Take a little damage, and it does not look like I can get up there yet. I don't think I can. I think if I'm really, really good with the grappling hook, I might be able to make it, but we may have to wait until I get the upwards dash ability. Alright, let's try this again. I don't think I'm going to need... Yeah, there's no way. I think if I was falling from a larger distance, I might be able to launch myself in there, but doesn't look like it's happening with our current abilities. So I'm going to let myself die in just a second here, just because I want to explore a little bit. I think we can go to the upper left area. No, wait, there's gold. Okay, so I think that area down is the only way we can go. There's a healing station here, so we'll go ahead and take advantage of that. Oh yeah, I know about that trick as well. Do you need Wait, is that... Are you talking about the infinite dash? Because I know about the infinite dash trick. I don't know if there's any early way to get the vertical dash. Can I get that now? I thought I needed the vertical dash in order to get that. Denzo is talking about a sequence break. I think I might avoid doing that just to try and make this as normal as possible. But once we beat the final boss, we can sequence break. Interesting. Because I sequence break. I broke the sequence for the infinite dash when I played this the first time. So I did not actually do some of the challenges that require you to actually get good. So we'll see if we can...
I like that you put it that way.
Okay, I think I can just dash past this guy. So if I do it right, okay. So I may be attempting that on camera. At some point, I think I've been doing pretty well on this playthrough as far as game performance goes. I don't really consider myself a great gamer. I think that most of my success in this playthrough has been because I have played all this part before, which makes a big difference in how long it takes me to get the muscle memory involved. So at some point, this stream's going to start to get embarrassing, and that's fine. I think that can be entertaining too. Ouch. Not that it isn't already sometimes embarrassing anyway. Alright, I can't remember what the trick is to these guys, I think.
He's being modest, Denzo.
I don't know if I'm being modest. I don't really consider myself that great. It's funny.
Doubling down on the modesty.
It's funny that Overgrowth is the boss I remember the most from this game, but every time I enter one of these rooms that killed me like 25 times, I remember it very clearly. So if I get through this without dying, then I will be very happy with myself. So, obviously I'm a Mega Man player. And, sometimes you gotta treat this game like Mega Man and just kind of carefully address... Oh gosh. I need to mute my phone apparently. Okay. Sorry about that. You just kind of have to carefully address the problems methodically. And the most important thing is don't panic. Especially when you have only 2 hit points in the fire area and there's monsters shooting bullets at you everywhere and there's one right there that's gonna kill me.
Don't panic.
You panic, you die. That's how it goes. Alright, I need to come down here. So in any situation where I can do this jump, this guy's on the screen and is firing these bullets. No! Oh well.
Pew! I just imagined the Mega Man sound there.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew, pew. Didn't they add him screaming or something in Mega Man 8?
Yes, well they added a lot of noises in Mega Man 8.
I'm Clown Man.
Oh man. It's games like that that make me think I could be a voice actor if I wanted to be. Okay, so I've done this probably dozens of times on my first playthrough, and I think that stalactite hits me every single time.
Oh no.
It's one of those traps where it's just like you're thinking about all the things that killed you, and then it's just like, hi!
Remember me?
Yeah. Don't forget me! And in rooms like this, the best thing to do, as I mentioned, is to just be very methodical and slow about it. But the more you fail, the more you want to rush it, and that's just how these games work. In Dark Souls,
Find ways to cheese it, or yeah, go Dark Souls.
yeah, I was about to say, Jake wants to talk about Dark Souls today, even though we said we're not going to do that as much. In Dark Souls, I always find a way to do things quickly. Like, it seems like the more I do it, the faster I can do it. And I think part of the reason for that is that Dark Souls has a lot of leeway with Estus flasks and stuff like that. In this
You're
game,
leading me right into what I wanted to talk about.
and in this game, you don't have any way of healing yourself outside of save points. So you've really got to be careful about how you choose your battles. That was nice, killing that bullet at the same time as the shooting the dude.
Efficient.
Yeah, efficient.
So speaking of Dark Souls and Estus flasks,
we're going to talk about game design for a minute.
so you have an item called an Estus flask, which acts as your main healing item throughout the game.
Uh-huh.
And in PvP, when you get invaded, other players can invade your world and cause trouble, even during single-player mode.
Okay, can I just make this jump? Okay. So I literally have to use the... Okay, so people can invade your game, and Jacob hates it because he gets his butt kicked all the time.
That is partially true.
Oh gosh. This is really testing my ability to use the grappling hook.
Yeah, I'm afraid to talk now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna mess you up talking about Estus flasks.
It's not like it's going to enrage me or anything.
Alright, that's true. Anyway, so in Dark Souls 1, when you drink an Estus flask, your character stands pretty darn still, and you drink, and about a second and a half later, you get your health back.
I know you can make this jump. You just have to believe. Wait, maybe I've discovered the secret. Nope.
Sorry, I feel like I'm really distracting you.
No, you're fine.
Anyways,
Did it!
I feel like it's really cheap in Dark Souls 3 when people invade your world and they've got a gajillion Estus flasks.
That's the exact
I'm
number,
gonna
by
get
the
you
way.
killed.
Gajillion.
What's great though is when the odds are stacked way against them, and you have like 3 summons and you're using Way of Blue, so you get invaded by one person, but you've got like 5 or 6 people to fight them off with. That's hilarious. And then they start trying to attack you anyway, or they don't know about half of them.
Ancient alien corpse! Let's blow it up!
This could be invaluable for research purposes. Oh no, it's gone. Vaporized.
Alright, now I have to figure out where I'm supposed to go in this room now.
I was gonna say, did that have a point?
I don't remember. Oh, there it is. No, actually, they didn't have a point. I literally just broke an ancient artifact for no reason. Okay, so if you remember correctly, this is that one room that I tried to get... were you here for that, Jacob?
I can't remember. It's not ringing a bell yet.
Alright, so a while back, or it was either last week or the week before, I tried to get through that room, and it's blocked because there's a yellow block preventing you from going that way. So now we're on the opposite side of that, so that's always fun. It's always fun to see something that gave you trouble earlier. And now that we've saved, we can be reckless again. So, anyway, when you're in PvP, they heal too quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like it's too easy, especially in combination with the way that people can roll and have iframes for a really long time. Chain iframes.
Uh-huh.
And you really can't do anything to them. They can just easily escape. Even when you're trying to use the one item in the game that prevents them from spamming Estus Flask, they can just dodge that, and they've been doing that lately as I've been playing. So it's like you have no recourse. They're just going to do it. You just have to wear them out.
So I really liked it in Demon Souls. They actually turned off all healing during PvP, including for the host. But
that could be interesting, actually. At least it'd be more of a risk for the invader.
healing also worked very differently in that game. You collected items rather than get them all back on save points and that sort of thing. So, okay, I'm trying to remember this boss. So Denzo asked the question, which game has the most traps out of any Metroidvania game? And my answer is Bookbound Brigade. And that's not...
I like how you knew that instantly.
In that game is not a good thing. I actually don't feel like Environmental Station Alpha has too many traps. This game is wonderfully well designed. This developer really shows off his talent with this game, and just how meticulously designed every little thing is. It is very apparent that this was a labor of love. And to say that there's a lot of traps in this game, I don't know if that's necessarily... Like, in my mind, when you say a lot, the first thing that comes to mind is too many, and I don't feel like Environmental Station Alpha hits that point.
I like Denzel's comment, aside from the graphics.
Come on, we've gotten over the graphics at this point.
That reminds me of Igor Raptor's Ocarina of Time review. It looks amazing for the time.
That's true. That's the thing about graphics.
I don't know, I kind of feel like we're getting to a point where stuff that comes out or has come out in the last 5 to 10 years is still much more tolerable.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean much more tolerable? You mean like as in the graphics just feel just better, or?
No, just good enough. Like if you had to play with that
second
level of graphics
form
in 20 years, you could live with it.
I think that this form is the same as the first form, he's just bigger. Which is definitely not easier by any means. Or make it less hard. Okay, that pattern was different. Alright, I don't know how many times this boss is going to take me today. So I said a few things last week that I wanted to clarify this week, and I was thinking about all week, and then I woke up this morning and forgot about all of it. Just keep in mind that when I talk here, I'm not editing myself, and I may... Like, when I write for the website, I try to think of the clearest and most precise way I can present my arguments and my opinions so that I'm not misinterpreted. And I think when I talk off the cuff like this, it's really easy to say things that aren't complete. So just keep that in mind.
Especially when you're trying to focus on the game.
Right, exactly. You have to remember that I'm driving. And I don't know. I talk with my wife all the time while I'm playing, so this isn't like new or anything to me. But occasionally I'll say things that I don't necessarily... That if you look at just the language, it may not be worded correctly. I try to be positive about every game, even the games that I feel like need improvement. And every game does, even this one. Denzel's like, no, this game is perfect, and it is very close to perfect. It's... but I said some things last week, and if you ever feel like I say something that just seems wrong, feel free to leave it in the comments. That's what YouTube's for, is berating the person who is speaking on the show, and then they can respond to it later.
That's what it's for, is berating the person.
One of the reviewers I enjoy watching is, oh my gosh. Maybe I should be quiet for a little bit and focus.
Oh my gosh. That one hit you square. I thought you were going to try and dodge it. Nope, just dead.
Nope, straight up. One of the reviewers I enjoy watching is the Gaming Brit, and recently he put out a video where he was talking about his process, and he's like, I've noticed that reviews start out with every reviewer, it starts out as 5 minutes long, and then they end up being hours long. And the reason why is because they present an argument, and then they spend 15 minutes trying to respond to all the YouTube comments that they might get.
They're like trying to head it off.
Right. And then he like...
Before you say X...
Then he like brought up an argument he made about Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. that people responded to that he was just like, that's not what I meant, and obviously I didn't mean that because I put this in the video, and he was just ranting about how it feels to be a critic that is misinterpreted. And I am definitely not perfect in that regard. I love every developer. I think it's great that anybody releases any game, no matter how much it hurts me to play it.
You know that's gonna get misinterpreted now, though, right?
What, that I love every developer?
Like any game, really? Any developer?
Some developers aren't very nice. But regardless, it's not easy to put yourself out there, and all of us say things that we don't mean. And I think it's important that we try to give a little leeway for that, because, you know, if you do that for other people, maybe other people will do that for you. That's kind of how anything works. I remember this boss gave me a really hard time the first time I fought him as well, so there's no surprises here that we're having trouble here. All right.
Speaking of bosses that give you a hard time, Dark Souls.
That game's like designed to give you a hard time, though.
It's so great.
That's kind of true of this game too, but oh, I was like, I'm totally gonna dash over the side of this. It clips me from the bottom. Okay, this phase is where you can nail into lots of damage because all he's doing is circling you. You gotta pay attention to the pattern. Figure out when is the best time to just ignore attacking and just dodge. And then figure out which patterns are the easiest to... This is the easiest right here, except I got hit anyway. When he circles around you, that's your best opportunity to get in about 3 hits. It's just like Mega Man, except in this game you have an infinite ability that gives you invulnerability frames that you don't have in Mega Man. Come on, grow big.
Can you imagine?
Mega Man X, well, Mega Man X has the dash that doesn't make you invincible, though. So someone on the Metroidvania subreddit Discord believes that in 2D games you should not have the ability to make yourself invincible at any time. I thought that was an interesting opinion. Something I've been thinking about. And this game lets you do that, and I feel like it does it well. Like, I understand where he's coming from. He had just played a demo where he felt that the parry was a little too overpowered, and the developer who made the demo said that he intentionally made it that way because he wanted players to test it, and if it wasn't overpowered, he felt like the players wouldn't use it. And interesting point. Interesting point on both sides. I find game design very interesting. The reason why it's so interesting to me is because I don't feel like there's any like right answers on anything, and I feel like we get into the trap of
oh, Darren.
I know. I feel like we sometimes get into the trap of seeing something that we like and then saying every game needs to be like this. Case in point, when I was a kid and I played Chrono Trigger for the first time, I thought that combo systems were the way of the future, that every JRPG needed you to be able to combo with every single other party member, and that every game that comes after Chrono Trigger needed to be based around this. And I was like 12 at the time. So when Final Fantasy VII came out, I was like, why don't they have combos? Like, that was the future.
I think there's some things that you can universally say need to go, though.
No, I agree. I agree that there are game design things that... Well, okay, I disagree. I'm going to say this. There is no such thing as bad game design, only bad implementation.
So what's a good implementation of random battles?
I feel like that is more of a Band-Aid thing. I don't know. See, you bring up something like that, every time I make a statement like that, there's always a counter statement.
Sorry, that's my...
No, and I understand...
about Chrono Trigger and combos. I'm saying Chrono Trigger and random battles, they handle it a lot better, I think, than 7.
I think that random battles can be done well. But I feel like I thought I turned the volume off my phone. No. He's doing the circle thing that on the first phase is really good for getting hits in, but on the second phase is not quite as good. I feel like random battles can be done well. There was a game, Legend of the Dragoon, that did like a danger meter thing. I don't know.
But that's not really random per se.
Well, it is, because the danger meter just shows that you have an increased chance of getting a random battle, because I think that's how every random battle system works. Okay. I got so close last time that I was pretty sure I was going to make it that time. Why does it resist? By the way, I wanted to ask a question as long as we're in a dialogue. I haven't been reading the dialogue. I know that a lot of Let's Players do that. Would you prefer that I read the dialogue, or would you prefer that I do it the way I've been doing it, where I just kind of pause and let people read it?
Only if you read it in a crazy voice.
It appears to have entered the station from a nearby derelict ship.
I would actually find that funny. I don't know if our viewers would say.
Okay, so there's a derelict ship, and so I've been kind of summarizing it, and we need to have a password. 18466. I don't remember if we need to remember that, but just in case, somebody write that down. 18466.
There, it's in chat from me.
Okay, perfect. Good thing this game doesn't have the Steam HUD popping up. Anyway, there's obviously some game design out there that is more difficult to make work. But the thing about random encounters is that they're kind of a trope in RPGs that, in RPGs, part of the genre is having the ability to address your challenges by simply powering up. I wonder if I can go back up. Nope. Mushroom's blocking my way, so I have to go this way now. I was just noticing.
Dear viewer, remember the conversation where he said, "Don't listen to everything that he says. It's not always right."
But there are times that, like parries in games. In my opinion, I think that parries can be done well, and to say that it should never be done in a 2D side scroller, I think is restricting your open-mindedness. Not
parries. Specifically, I was going to say with parries on, say, a game like Dark Souls, you can, parry and riposte. But every enemy's telegraphing and timing is different. So it's not just get used to one pattern and get the timing muscle memory down.
Right.
You're actually getting used to it on a variety of enemies, which makes it, a skill that you've got to adapt throughout the game. It's not just a cure-all.
Right, and that's what keeps it fresh, but at the same time also frustrating. That every time you see an enemy, it looks like the place we need to go to is just that bulb we were at earlier, so let me come out here just to make sure I'm not getting confused again. Yeah, let me think for a second if there's anywhere else we can go. I don't think so. Let's go ahead and move forward.
I don't think I've played Momodora. Have you played that, Darren?
Yeah, Momodora is great. I love Momodora.
Denzo is citing that as a good example of good telegraphing.
And I agree. I think that is a very good example of that. That actually, the entire game is based around the idea of you being able to beat every boss without taking damage, which is one thing that people hate about the game. Because it rewards you for not taking damage, and if you don't take damage on a few early bosses, you'll get some really powerful equipment that kind of makes the game super easy. It's one of the biggest criticisms I've seen on that game, is I don't like having to... And then completionists especially hate that, because it's hard to no damage every single boss, and frustrating. But in my opinion, it's very well designed for what it's going for, and people who like no damaging bosses, it's an excellent game. And it looks like we're blocked off from this passageway. Yeah, let's see if we can go over the top. So this is going to prevent us from coming back from here, I think. So I say it every time, something comes up, but I just love how Environmental Station Alpha changes the entire station as you progress. Like now all those rocks have fallen down the ceiling, blocking your path. The power's been turned on, so the security systems are now shooting turrets at me. It's just great. I love the way this game does this.
The fireball chains and stuff, that was really cool.
Yeah. Right, so you backtrack through areas, but it's almost like the game is...
It's not really backtracking per se, in the sense that there are new challenges presented to you, there's new variety and new things to see. It's not just, oh, I've been here a million times already.
Right. One of the things that, like Mark Brown brings this up all the time, that going back to, or having a more open world and backtracking through areas doesn't necessarily mean that the designer can challenge you with a well-designed challenge. This game addresses that by changing the station every time you get to a new progression point. The downside to that is that arguably Environmental Station Alpha is very linear because you do have to do things in a specific order, at least until you get to the end game. Which people would argue it makes it less of a Metroidvania. Alright, so I can't hurt these things. Alright, so I definitely want that. I don't know if I can get that now. So this is a derelict ship that is not on the station. And I think I need to hit that.
That's kind of cool how it shows it on the map way over there.
Yeah. Come on. Okay. I probably could have hit it on that last volley.
That's pretty good though.
Grappling hook is a ton of fun when you feel like you've mastered it. Hooray!
That was cool. I like that.
Alright, I'm gonna go back and...
I thought there was a pit there, and it was going to make you get the health and fall to your death.
I kind of want to save so I don't have to do that again. But I'm trying to think of how I get through this room now. I think some of these walls have platforms you can actually touch. Or maybe I can... I hate these mother brain. Okay, so if I didn't use my double jump, I probably can make it up that. How much far back do I have to backtrack to save? Not too far. Anyway, we're gonna try and push through this. I think there might be a save point right after this guy.
Does the health pack not get saved?
Yeah, it does. No, so when you die, you lose everything in this game. It's old school. Metroid style. Super Metroid does it that way. Arguably, that's one of those game design things where it's like, is that bad game design, or should all modern games now save everything, or be like Dark Souls, where you don't lose anything when you die, except for your souls?
Well, I don't know if that's for convenience purposes necessarily. It's just, I don't know, that's weird.
And come back.
It's a weird one to explain because Dark Souls, of course, is unforgiving with souls when you die.
I've always felt like Dark Souls is very forgiving in general. Like, you can do suicide runs. I'm trying to think of how I get up there. I want to...
Yeah. In that sense, you're right.
Like, you know what? I'm going to go down here, and if I'm stuck down here, then I'm going to try and get that health pack I couldn't get earlier. Like, it's really hard when you're first playing Dark Souls and you're not used to the mechanics, or, you know, even Hollow Knight has the same thing, where you can't, or if you die twice, you lose all of your... There's a thing over here. What is this? Oh, this is the other side of that.
I'm getting
one.
messenger flashbacks here.
You need to finish that game.
I do.
But on the same token, if you don't have any souls, then you are free to die as much as you want.
Depending on how much you want to summon.
Here's the thing about Dark Souls 2. In my opinion, it's the easiest Dark Souls, and I really just messed myself up, didn't I? Oh well, we'll just keep going. It's the easiest Dark Souls, but the death mechanics might make you think otherwise. The thing that makes Dark Souls 2 so easy compared to the other Souls games is that you can have Estus Flask and buy healing items, and healing items are only 100 souls, 300 souls each. Not very many souls. And so you can just stock up.
Silver interjects here with a very controversial opinion.
There are things to like about Dark Souls 2. I like Dark Souls 2 for a lot of things. But yeah, the thing that makes it the easiest, in my opinion, is the fact that you can just buy those life shards and just keep yourself at full health at all times. And then the opposite of that is Dark Souls 3, where they restrict both Estus Flasks and usable healing items, and it makes it much more difficult. Plus, you have to trade your Estus Flasks for... Oh, we can't even go that way anymore. Man, you really don't want to turn on the power on a station that's got a virus. I don't even know if I can get up here. Let's see if I can. Nope, not with that. Not with that terrible move. Anyway, I understand why people like Dark Souls 2 the best. There's a lot of things I like about it. I feel like it does the dual wielding the best. I've heard that it's... I'm not really a PvPer. But anyway, the best one for the beginners, I would say, is Dark Souls 1.
I think you're saying class. Which class in Dark Souls 2?
Which class is the best in Dark Souls 2?
Well...
Oh, which class is the best?
Denzo was asking which class is the best or worst.
That's a hard one to answer.
I think it depends on...
Okay.
Well, in Dark Souls 1, for example, starting as a sorcerer is probably the easiest, but it kind of starts to slowly mess you up throughout the game.
Late game, especially in the DLC, sorcerer's not really the best.
Right.
Because enemies move too fast for you to charge your...
Their strengths and weaknesses.
Right, well, the easiest in Dark Souls 1 is definitely strength. And that's good in Dark Souls 2, because a lot of enemies are weak against... You fight a lot of knights in that game, so a lot of enemies are weak against... I'm going to just explore for a little bit. I think this is a gold.
I think you were going to say parries.
I can't dash underwater yet, so I can't go that way. I think you might drain this room eventually. I can't remember. A lot of enemies are knights, and so they're weak against blunt damage. So if you're a strength build and you have a big club, that's really good. There aren't a lot of really good clubs in the game, though. There's the infamous chicken wing club and like the anvil on a stick, but none that really feel great, in my opinion. But I'm more of a greatsword type of person anyway. So I kind of messed myself up just now, and I'm trying to make my way back.
Bum, bum, ba-dum. Oh, speaking of Bloodborne,
I'm getting better with the grappling hook, though. That's good.
Denzo's asking about your opinions on which classes are easiest and hardest in Bloodborne.
Easiest and hardest bosses in Bloodborne. Well, I haven't finished Bloodborne yet, so I don't know if I can rightfully answer that.
Sorry, not bosses, but classes.
Oh, classes. Bloodborne, I think everything's viable. Like, that game really tones down the RPG aspects a lot, to the point where I feel like they almost should have dropped it. Like, I feel like Sekiro is the right direction to go on that. But that's probably my own controversial opinion. But I feel like everything's viable in that game. They say that Arcane is the hardest to start with, and that's probably true. But besides that, strength or skill is just fine. The easiest build in every Dark Souls game is to build your vitality up to 25 before you do anything. And that'll help you a lot.
So I was going to say about Bloodborne is there have been some credible rumors that it will be coming to PC, hopefully.
Well, I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn did, so it's possible. I hope it does. That'll be nice. I'm liking Bloodborne so far. We're actually playing it right now, my wife and I. She likes to watch me play Souls-like games. And I have my gripes about it, but overall I think it's a great game. I understand why people like it more than Dark Souls, because it's more reaction-oriented rather than the slow turtle-up style of Dark Souls. What the?
Are you hurting that thing at all?
Yeah, I am. I want to get to the right because I want to get to the teleport point. Okay, I want to get to the middle right. Right there. Let me figure out how to get through there. Sorry for this detour, everyone.
Yeah, Silver, I don't know if those are good or not as far as the rumor credibility. I think with the PS5 coming out, I could see them trying to put something like a remaster on it, and that would be a good opportunity for them to do it on PC at the same time.
And they always talk about remastering Bloodborne, but never Demon Souls. Although they have there's an interview somewhere with Miyazaki that says he's a little bit embarrassed by Demon Souls at this point, which is a very silly thing to say considering how much people love it, but that's just how artists are. I know how that goes. Like every once in a while I'll go back and read one of my reviews and like edit it because I'm like, it's freaking typos.
Yeah, I wonder, I know Demon Souls has been out for a long time, and that was sort of in the early days of being able to just patch stuff out.
Yeah, it had a few patches, but not a lot.
I could see the temptation being there, though, if you're a developer, to just want to patch your stuff even years after it came out and be like, hey, you know what, I hate this.
That actually happens fairly often. When you get a lot of indie games like I do, you see that a lot. And it could be like 2 years after the game's release. Okay, now I feel more comfortable about dying here, which is really stupid that I spent like 5-10 minutes there going around just to save my healing item or health upgrade, but whatever. Part of this is the conversation, so.
Denzo has an interesting question. Can rhythm games be harder than Dark Souls?
Every game is harder than Dark Souls. Dark Souls is easy. I have a friend.
Statement there.
I have a friend who gets really mad at me when I say that, but Dark Souls isn't really that hard. I think the thing that makes people feel like it's difficult. Okay, I know that I feel like there's a way that you can kill these things. Maybe I am hurting it. That was the problem all along. I am hurting it. It's just that chunking sound was throwing me off.
I want to hear the rest of your opinion there.
I think the reason why a lot of people think that Dark Souls is hard is because it's punishing. But as we discussed, that also is an illusion. And I just think that the entirety of the difficulty of Dark Souls is more marketing than it is reality.
I think what's hard about it is it forces you to kind of slow down and fight your instincts to just mash buttons.
Right, and a lot of action games you can get away with that. But once you understand what makes... Okay, we've solved the puzzle, I just need to do it. Which, as you progress in Environmental Station Alpha... Okay, alright. I need to focus on which buttons I'm pushing here. I've lost my mojo. Let me get it back.
Sorry. I can't decide if I want to mute myself while I'm laughing. I don't want you to get upset, but I think it'd be funny for the viewers. I don't get upset. I laugh at myself. You're not going to make me rage. Okay. I'm more mad at myself when I do this type of thing. I think Denzo brings up an interesting point. Denzo says, well, Dark Souls is easy because you have a lot of builds and
it's an RPG.
you can choose your own path.
That is a good point, and I think that that's a very important point because, like, if you play this game, you have one option and you have to get good. And I've actually heard that as a criticism against Dark Souls 1 by somebody who was defending Dark Souls 2, because a lot of Dark Souls fans don't like Dark Souls 2. He was saying that the part in Anor Londo where you have to get past those arrow shooters requires you to only use one build, or you only have one option to get through there, and that is against the spirit of Dark Souls to do that.
I don't know. I think people have shown that there are other options too. You just have to be a little bit, clever about it.
Right, but the criticism still stands that you still have to address those guys or else.
Sure, I guess.
And again, like any criticism, it's all a matter of opinion, and I think we're definitely getting the break gold thing on this part of the game because we have gates there. But that goes back to my other point that I feel like there's no such thing as bad game design, only bad implementation. A lot of it comes down to opinion as well. I don't hate the archers in Anor Londo. I think that they're great. And they're memorable. Everybody remembers them. And sometimes memorable is more important than being friendly to the player, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I think it does. Because you're creating that experience, and it's okay to hate enemies that are in there. That's part of what makes it fun.
It's like the swamp levels in all the Souls-like games. There's some people who just say that they really just stop putting these in there. We all hate them. But they're also some of the most memorable levels in the game for a reason.
Yeah, and when you come out on top, it's just like the best feeling in the world, which is another great part of Dark Souls.
Right. And again, that's a matter of opinion. Like, whether or not you think that I'm wrong there, you're perfectly okay believing that I'm wrong. I think that's perfectly fine. But it's like random encounters. They don't bother some people. Obviously, they bother other people a lot. And being able to level up, that's something that I think is a part of the genre that some people like.
That's something that kind of threw me off when I started playing Sekiro, is you can't really level up in the same way that you can in Dark Souls.
No, and Sekiro is a great example. You don't have classes in that game. You don't have as much customizability. You play a character, not yourself, which in Dark Souls you can play yourself or your waifu or whatever you want. It's just different genres, different tastes.
Yeah, Sekiro definitely forces you to get good, I feel like. Dark Souls is get good or level up enough / find a way to cheese the boss, and there's enough of them,
Right, and yeah, but at a certain point it gets difficult to change your build to a point where. So we just read on that console that the virus is more like an organism that feeds off of electricity, which will become.
So you just made a horrible mistake by turning on the power, basically.
Sort of, yes. Good old Nick and Jacob trying to guess the ending before we get there. That's what you do in mysteries. You try and guess what the mystery, the resolution to the mystery is going to be, and see if you're right. It's part of the fun. And it's sad that I can't say anything because I know how it ends.
Enzo says, if I make Metroidvania, I want to make a story that subverts your expectations.
I think Metroidvanias are very good at that. I think that's the reason why so many Metroidvanias have a secret ending. And it fits in with the game design as well. The big draw of the Metroidvania game is the exploration. And so exploring a mystery isn't that much different than exploring the world. It's good thematic. Good thematic cohesion. Oh, I guess we're not coming back from that direction. And we got the yellow key card. Hooray. Oh, they just open. I forgot about that. I thought you had to break them, but I guess they just open now. They can be jerks sometimes.
I like how your brain like starts to slowly piece together. What you're
I see what you did there.
It's like, thanks, guys. Nice.
How many tries will it take Professor Q to get through this? So one of the other criticisms I've heard against my reviews is that I have too many 5 out of 5 games, and that's because so many games are so different.
You don't have that many.
I'm up to 14 now.
Yeah, but how many have you reviewed?
137, I think.
Yeah, so, you know, I think that split is pretty fair.
I do have more high-scored games than I do low-scored games. And I think that's less of a function of I like to score games highly, and I try and give the game as high a score as I can. Like, I always try and talk myself out of... Because a lot of times, my problems with the game aren't issues with the game, but rather issues with me not being very good at it. And I have to filter myself for that. So I do tend to score a little higher. I'll admit that there's a bias there. But I feel like it's a fair bias. That's my opinion. You can have a different opinion if you want. I love this boss. This is a great boss. The meat flesh boss.
Which makes more meat flesh.
Right. Just produces
solve
meat.
hunger.
I think this is a... I think this first phase you can just wait. I think he shoots his flesh off for you. So you need to focus on killing the flesh and not on shooting the boss. Every boss is a puzzle to solve. I love it. Whoops. Okay. That's easy to dodge. I'm just not dodging it. So I have to ask myself the question, do I not like this game because I'm terrible at it, or do I not like it because it's poorly designed? Anyway, back to the higher scored reviews thing. 100% of what I play is a request from someone. It's either from the developer or it's from a reader. And readers aren't going to request that I review games that are terrible. So for the past couple of years, of course, it's going to be biased towards games that are good.
I like how you didn't include developers in that.
Well, that's a different... I love every developer, and I'm very grateful that there are developers out there who help the Untitled review by providing us with a review code so that we can take a look at their game. And I try and be as fair as possible. But you are correct. One of the issues with presenting to someone else your own artwork is that not everyone's going to agree with you that it's good. It is almost certainly always good for the person who made it. Like every
form of expression, you mean.
Every piece of creation that you create is good for you and a step in your progress towards becoming better.
What if it's a cynical attempt at getting attention?
That's a different... I don't think I've run into any of those. I really don't think I've run into any of those in the Metroidvania genre. I think it's because the Metroidvania genre is more difficult to design that I feel like most of what I look at does come from a place of passion. I don't remember if I have to shoot him at this part or if... Okay, I think this boss is just a waiting game until he's ready, so I don't think I actually have to shoot him at all. So don't be distracted by shooting him. I guess, yeah, see, he just opens up by himself.
4 damage. That's brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get hit by him either. This boss gave me trouble first time too. I do review early access titles if the developer sends them to me. If it's a request, I try to avoid them just because I feel like I have to review the game twice. I know that everybody wants me to review Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth right now. And forgive me, but I do have to prioritize reviews that I feel like can be more permanently put on my website. Unfortunately, with patching, there's always a chance that my review becomes obsolete in some way. Case in point, I'm reviewing Chasm later this month because that game's changed quite a bit since it came out. And whether I redo a review depends on a few factors. How much has the game changed? And whether or not the changes they make would change my ultimate opinion on the game. And in the case of Chasm, all of the patching addressed some of my direct criticisms. So I think it's fair for me to take a look at it again. Alright. So if you just remember this part, you want to focus on killing the worms and not worry about him. I kind of wonder if it's better for me to charge on that phase, or if I should just spam my attack. What do you think? Did I do more damage that time?
You did more, but you took more too, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So definitely use charge attack so I could focus on...
You had a really good start.
I just looked out at Silverend's comment. Yes, yes. I want to play Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth too. I love Team Ladybug. They're one of my favorite developers. Starting with Pharaoh Rebirth was when I first discovered them, and I really like Toho Luna Nights as well. So yeah, I am very interested in Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth. But I mean, I think it's only half an hour of the game so far, or at least it was when it was launched. It's probably come out with more patching since then. And yeah, I mean, the most I can say is, yeah, it's good so far. I don't know how it's going to be in the long run. That's another factor in why I don't look at early access, is because if the game is literally, like, has no ending, there are a lot of games I've played that my rule that I have to beat the game before I review it helps the game a lot, because if I reviewed the game after an hour of playing it, 2 hours of playing it, I might have said, ignore this game, it's terrible. But then as I finish it, it ends up being, you know, a 3 out of 5 or whatever. Or in some cases, maybe sometimes my favorite games are like that. Oops. We're getting good, we're getting good. Although I really need to avoid getting touched by him. I love that the second I say I'm getting good, everything falls apart. Okay, I cannot dash through him unless he's moving forward so that his momentum moves through me. So yeah, I just don't feel like I could form an opinion on an incomplete game.
You know what we should do for Silver is name the positive things that we like the most about Dark Souls 2.
We could do that. I thought I listed a few. I like dual wielding. I love the DLC.
I like fast climbing ladders. I like the
fast climbing ladders, yeah. Those are all little things.
And that's it. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say that I like the original Dark Souls 2 more than Scholar of the First Sin. I feel like Scholar of the First Sin just made things more... Someone described it as Kaizo Dark Souls 2, and it's kind of like that. Not really, because it doesn't like instant death you all the time, but I don't feel like its changes were... I don't know, that might be a controversial opinion too, but... If I were to play Dark Souls 2, again, I would want to play the original. Which is sad, because most of the people that I could play it with probably got the Scholar of the First Sin edition.
Well, and it's funny you say that because I was looking at the recent Steam activity for each Dark Souls game.
I'm sorry, for each... Oh, you're saying the Dark Souls 2 has more players right now?
No, way fewer players, especially the non-Scholar of the First Sin edition.
Sure.
Which kind of affects the experience, in my opinion, if you
value the online
consider
portion,
invasions and summons and things. Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's not turn this into a Dark Souls 2 rant, but one of the things that I feel like was a missed opportunity in Dark Souls 2 was that it had a lot of really good ideas, but it didn't force you to participate in them. For instance, the rat covenant. Great covenant. I love that covenant. The idea of it is fantastic. Completely optional area. So even when the game actually had players, you could be waiting a long time before you actually get any to come into your trap if you're part of the rat covenant. In my opinion, I think that covenant should have been... The area that covenant took part in should have been required, similar to the forest in the first game, which is a great fun covenant. Oops, it should have been more like that, in my opinion. Only Dark Souls 2 praise, please. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Other Dark Souls praise. Dark Souls 2 praise.
Ilium Lois is one of my favorite levels in all of the Dark Souls series, so it has credit for that.
I think the lava effect and the iron, was it the iron key? I think that area looks really cool. Like the way that it flows and kind of goes up and down like ocean waves.
It has some of the most hilarious cosplay pretend to be NPCs videos on YouTube.
I like the, well, let's see. There's gotta be more.
But on Ilium Lois, I love... So, one of the things I don't like about Dark Souls 3 is that it loses the Metroidvania aspect, so obviously I'm a little biased on that front. And, you know, that's kind of an extension of how Bloodborne was. Oops. Okay, I'm learning the dance, Oops. I just need to remember to dodge that one. He is short enough that I can jump over him. Okay, jump
I like
over.
Majula's music and atmosphere.
So you can't hit the worms while he's inside them, or while they're inside him.
Sorry, maybe I should stop with the Dark Souls 2 talk while you're focusing.
Whoa, I forgot about this part.
Phase 2, sucker.
Phase 3. Well, at least he doesn't have 3 health bars, like... Okay, I think this phase is easier. I think I can pull this off. Whoops. Oh, if I can get... The hardest thing about this is that you can't... It's not a twin-stick shooter, so you can't... Oh, my goodness.
Nice job. Oh my gosh. I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, I better not talk at all.
Nice. Oh god, there's a save point right after it. Oh. I was trying to point up to shoot at that stuff up there, but when you push up, it saves, so I was like saving over and over again. That wasn't because I was panicking.
We got a few people commenting.
Oh, that was close. Oh, I gotta stop for a second.
Close. I was like, I could keep talking about Dark Souls 2, or I could let you focus and not talk.
Okay, I can't remember in that area, so I wish I could point at the map. Alright, I think we're on the home stretch. I think this is finally... What time is it? We have...
We're at 5 after 10.
Alright, we have about 30 minutes left. How are you doing for time, Jake?
I'm good.
Alright. Depending on how this goes, we may extend this to be a little bit longer. We'll see how. You know what? I can't remember if there was a gold door at the top left here or not, so we're going to check that out real quick.
Oh, something else I was going to say positive for silver about Dark Souls 2 is the prank bonfires, when you light them and they explode in your face. Those always caught me off guard and just made me think.
That's actually a Scholar of the First Sin edition. That was not in the original. I think they added
it off. Oh, go ahead.
I think they added it to the original, though. I think that was something that they put into the patched into the original game. They changed the ending. I don't know.
Sounds like we're going to be going a little longer, Denzo. Denzo asked if it was the end of the stream.
Do you want it to be the end of the stream? Oh, there's a disc up there.
No, I'm saying Denzo was guessing that it was the end of the stream. But I said that I think we have a little bit longer.
I was correct in saying that there was a thing on the top left, but it's not how you get to it. Yeah, let's go back down. I think the station may have changed after that boss. Okay, I don't know how to get up there. Are these platforms? I think those dotted lines might be platforms, but I don't jump. Well, it looked like I did just there. No, I don't think I jumped quite high enough because, let's see. Okay, so the environmental station has that security override that turns off all of the traps. We're going to try and go to that. Okay, so we are not close to the last boss. I think we're 2 bosses away from the final boss of this game. And when I say final boss, I say that with a big asterisk. Okay, so I can't go this way. Let's see here. I'm just checking to see if there's any hidden items that we can now access. Of course they did. Of course they did. Why would they not make it so spikes appear there?
Boy, this virus really hates you. This game vaguely reminds me of a 90s board game called the Omega Virus. Did you ever play that?
I think I played it with you, maybe? Sounds familiar. All right, we're gonna try and unlock the security system today. We're gonna try and do it because I feel like I'm on a roll right now. All right, let's see what's the best way to get there. Okay, if I go to the bottom right, let's try up here first. I want to go on a little. I don't want to go on a tour through the water section. You still there, Jake?
Yep, I am.
You just kind of cut out. You were talking about...
I was thinking of other positive things to say about Dark Souls 2. I think you could make like a you could make a video about that as far as like...
I've thought about it. I feel like a lot of people have talked about Dark Souls 2 already though, so...
Yeah.
It's like, I can make a video about Hollow Knight, but... So, the lead moderator on the Metroidvania subreddit in the Discord linked a screenshot of somebody reporting somebody's post, and it was enough of the effing Hollow Knight already. Yeah, nobody's talked about Hollow Knight. Have you heard of a game called Hollow Knight?
What is this Hollow Knight?
What is this Hollow Knight game we're talking? Everybody should play Hollow Knight, definitely. But Dark Souls is sort of like that, which is why...
I like how that meta criticism of people bringing up Hollow Knight spawns a genuine bunch of people talking about Hollow Knight.
It's kind of like Dark Souls, which is why I don't know if I want to continue talking about Dark Souls on these streams.
But it's so good, Darren.
It's very good. Okay, so we just got the ability to dash up and down, so that's good.
Should we change the subject off of Metroidvanias entirely?
Sure. What do you want to talk about? If you say Sekiro, that's a Metroidvania. So no, I'm just kidding.
Well, the only reason I would want to talk about Sekiro is to guilt you into playing it finally.
I've always wanted to go down that, so...
Everyone in stream needs to put pressure on Darren to play Sekiro.
I'll get there. I just need to get good at it, and I'm not. Okay,
Everyone in chat needs to just spam get good. Oh, guess they're not doing it.
I was about to say, nobody's listening to you, so...
Everyone's like, shut up, Jacob.
Remember on the first stream that I said that Jacob's a bit of a troll?
Got a couple people.
There we go.
Good.
It's okay. Like I said, you're not gonna get me to rage.
My favorite get good reference or meme or whatever is I don't know if it's a fake tweet. Somebody tweeted to From Software and they're like, "It's too hard, da da da," and they reply with the picture of the doctor with the clipboard and the stethoscope and the night helmet.
Oh my gosh, I love that picture.
It just says "Get good."
Oh goodness, it's so mean.
It's the best. I love that.
Okay, is there a yellow door? There's yellow doors in this section. So actually, I was actually leaving this place, but I think there's some places we can explore over here. So let's do it.
That seems to happen after every From Software release, because right around the time Sekiro came out, there were tons of reviews that were like, "This game is too hard," and there's reviews that are like,
yeah, and then got Game of the Year
same thing, or people who return it. Right, exactly. It's like it is hard. That is true, and for some players, it may be considered too hard. And I'm not really criticizing other people. Some, you play games to have fun, and if you're not having fun with it, then it's just not your type of game, whatever. But
right. Yeah, the thing is that most people start off any of these games, thinking this is too hard, I hate it, and then when they beat it, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so good about myself because I actually accomplished something. And then they're like, everybody needs to play this game, and you need to get good. They're not... I mean, sometimes they're being mean, and it comes across as mean is the problem. But, we fall in love with it because it teaches you something, right? It stretches you, yeah.
You're not just playing the same thing over and over, which is one of the things that is frustrating to me as I get older. I go back and play some of the games that I grew up with.
Okay, I still can't get up there yet. Well, maybe I can. Let's see if I can. Oh, they don't like charge shots. I think the first time I came through here, we did not have the charge shot.
I think you're right.
Okay, so I think I might be able to get in here now. Oh, if I can get that right. Okay, maybe not.
Anyway, Sekiro.
Did it. Sweet. I'm like, we're totally going to fight that AI before we quit tonight. And then here I am, like, oh, look at this.
Look at this diversion.
Oh my gosh. I can already tell how this is going to go. Oh no. This is not happening. Okay, I failed. Oh gosh. How do we... Okay, go down here.
Now I've got
Wait.
Denzo bullying you, Darren.
What's he saying? Get good?
He said poor Darren needs diapers.
Wow.
He just turned on you hard.
I'm going to come back to that because I think it's just a disc. Actually, it might not be. It could be the dash move. Whatever, we'll just go down here for now. I know there's some gold doors down here, so... Diapers, wow. He's like, you can't make Professor Q rage. I hear that as a challenge.
It's like, what can I say?
We'll come back to that. It's still marked on our map, so we'll get it later. Diapers,
Anyway,
that's great.
what I was saying earlier about RPGs and games that I grew up with, going back and playing them now, sometimes the challenge just isn't there, and so it's kind of hard to get back into it, even though I still think it's a great game. something like Chrono Trigger, I'm like, well, I know how this is going to play out. I've played through this many, many times.
Chrono Trigger is not a game you play for the challenge. Right.
No, that's true. It's more true for sure. You have more of a story there and things like that.
So I have what I like to call my 4 video game values. And did I just really mess myself up just now? No, because I have a triple jump now. And the 4 values are challenge value, which is most of what I review. Then there is narrative value, which is the game presents an idea or philosophy that is valuable, which is where the story comes in. And of course, when I say this is entirely up to a person's opinion and interpretation.
Well, that's fair though. I mean, as a critic, you've got your own viewpoints and opinions.
Right. Everybody's in their different camps, and we could talk about that for another hour if we wanted to. And then there's social value, where the game creates an environment that allows you to grow as friends. And games that are good in that category are ones that... Tricky, huh? Do you see what I did there?
Teleported?
So this room, we couldn't access that because we couldn't jump high enough, but because we saw the teleporter, we were able to use the teleporter.
Oh, nice.
So enemies take damage if they touch the balls that surround me, so that's good. The little orbs that surround me. This game has had, are you talking about ESA or for social value? Like, I think that there is a point there, is that when you have a game that has deep mystery and lore and requires you to think about it, it creates an environment that allows, like, Dark Souls again and Hollow Knight.
I knew it.
It's coming there. Entire YouTube videos or channels have been based around telling stories based off of that, and there's a social value to that as well. You can make that argument. All right, let's see. So this was the gold door that I was thinking about. All right, so this is the part of the game where the game really starts to feel open, and that computer basically just spelled it out for us that there's a lot going here, and I think I need the triple shot laser to hit that, so we're going to need to get that later. And I have played through this game to the ending, the first ending. I made it to the spike room, and that is where I stopped. And we're going to do that on stream when we get to that point. And every week when I do my sound test, I practice that room, because I'm afraid of that room. In my review, I originally said that the end game to Environmental Station Alpha is like if the end game to Cave Story ate La Mulana and had a huge monster baby. That is what Environmental Station Alpha's end game is like. Okay, we keep running into these discs, and I do want to get them eventually, but they're not my priority right now.
Wait, you can't get through there?
Oh my gosh. Just get out of the... Okay, so when you land in the... We're gonna die. Okay, well that's good to know. There's no way we're gonna get back without dying. Hopefully we saved recently.
Oh gosh, yeah, hopefully.
Alright. We're gonna really try and get to the... probably should have teleported somewhere else. I think that's the only way out of here. I think I have to get back to the teleporter, so let's go do that. What was I saying? What was I talking about? I got distracted. This is what I mean by you can't take everything I say because I am trying to play at the same time as talking about very deep thinking subjects. Social value. You can argue that this game and you can argue that this game and Hollow Knight and Dark Souls all have social value because of the lore aspect, and I think that's fair. But when I think of a social value game, I think more like Smash Brothers, or any fighting game for that matter. Oh, I guess we're trying this.
Something that brings you together with your friends.
Right.
Whether or not you're playing it with them, it's something that...
We're gonna make a pathway before we start the trigger this time, so I don't have to wear diapers this time. Some gamers do that. Have you heard about that? That they wear Depends like during esports?
Oh, jeez.
Because that way they don't have to be distracted by, BRB bio. Okay, so I think how this works is that this shuts and then this one opens.
That's got to be an extreme case, though.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anybody's sat down and done a study on how many people wear diapers during esports.
Who would take on such a study?
I don't know. I think it's interesting. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but...
I was going to say, is this an announcement of your next project?
My next project. That's something more like what George Whitman would do. Bunny hop. In fact, if George Whitman ever hears from this, that's what I want to see next from your channel, is how many people use diapers during esports.
Interested in that.
Lately, he's been reviewing a lot of gaming meta. But yeah, fighting games are good for that category because they force you to learn your opponent. One of the major aspects of fighting games is reading your opponent, and that requires you to learn them, and that inevitably brings you closer to them as long as you don't want to punch them in the face because you're frustrated.
Or if you learn from them that they gloat relentlessly when they win.
You learn from them that they're complete jerks, and alright. We've gone through this room 4 times during this one stream, so I think I know my way through here by now. And now I have a shield that just gets rid of those little guys, which is nice. I think I go around top right here.
Should I tell my Smash Brothers tournament story?
I don't know your Smash Brothers tournament story, so as long as it's not overtly controversial,
No,
go for it.
It's fine. So it's the only one I've ever been in. So a little background. In high school and right after, Darren and some friends and I played a lot of Smash Brothers Melee.
Just like I say, I'm not very good at games in general. I'm not very good at Melee, so just to clarify that. But anyway.
Well, I don't know. We played with each other so much that I'm sure we were more used to each other, and I think we kind of didn't even really know the meta existed to a point.
No. Yeah, he played Ness, by the way, so anybody who knows anything about Melee knows what that means.
Yeah, well, that's actually funny because that leads me to my story. Is I picked Ness, and people were just like, "What are you doing?
Why would you play the worst character?" Let's see if we can make it down. Alright, it doesn't look like we can go through this way. Yeah.
I went 2 and 4 against the person who eventually won, so I wasn't just, getting trounced.
Right.
And I got an awesome edge guard with PK Flash, by the way, which is my proudest Smash Brothers moment ever.
It's always great. So the reason why you never brag is because it's always great to make the braggart eat their words. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. as they
Yeah,
say.
unfortunately, that was part of my story. Is that the guy, the people at the top were definitely gloating jerks. I mean, it was to the point where it was like, why am I even here? Like, these guys are just trash.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about saying get good that becomes a problem. Is you really need to consider that doesn't really help them.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with friends, but I know what you mean. If somebody's genuinely like looking for help, like, what am I supposed to do here?
Right. Haha, that's how I get through that. I didn't believe in myself. I'm like, we can't get through this part yet. Oh, there's spikes down there. Oh gosh. Okay, I see the save point right there. Oh no. Oh wait, I can just dash through that. No! Oh no. I have to fight the monsters from, or the robots from Super Metroid. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Alright, is everybody okay going a little bit longer on the stream?
I'm good.
Normally I go about 90 minutes, but I'd like to try and get through this boss this time. Yeah. Well, it took me a little bit to realize you could dash through it just now as myself, so don't feel bad. There's a few Metroidvania games that do a very good job with that, where they have obstacles that you don't realize you actually have the power to get through, and then they tutorialize it later, and you realize you had the power all along. Okay.
It sounds like a 80s Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah,
Message.
the power was within you. Let's just land right on him. That's a good strategy. Whoops. Now that I can dash him off. Neat.
Something I wanted to talk about is as far as like the get good mentality.
Uh-huh. I'm just kind of exploring, getting my bearings here because I don't remember this part as much. Can't dash through blue blocks. Anyway, what were you saying, Jake?
So I was saying that I think it's funny to double down on the get good thing when somebody is just a whiner, and you know, like the how not to play Dark Souls.
Remember the first stream, Jacob's a bit of a troll.
Well, no, I wouldn't really want to actually bully anybody or whatever, but I just think it's funny, like that video when somebody is kind of doing it to themselves. They just want to complain. It's just their personality.
How did I know I could do that? I don't know. All right, we'll see ya. Thanks for joining in.
Thanks, Zaustus.
Yeah. Appreciate you jumping in, and I understand. Definitely recommend you play this game without spoilers if you're convinced that it's a game you want to play. Which is, you know, an ironic recommendation considering I'm streaming it, but sometimes you have to see something before you know you want to do it. Like, for instance, I convinced myself I didn't really want to play Nier Automata, and then I watched a review and I was like, okay, I gotta play this game. And I still haven't played it. Denzel's like...
I didn't expect that twist.
But it is a game I want to play now. Denzel's like, yeah, you should play it. That's one of the ones that he's been bugging me to play.
Don't worry, guys. I've been trying to get Darren to do several things for years, and he hasn't done them.
Okay, so keep in mind that I'm trying to play one Metroidvania a week while maintaining a full-time job and children. So just sometimes it's just not possible to do every game that I would like to play.
I guess.
Okay, so I just unlocked. Okay, so I just did. Oh, there's four monitors. It looks like there's a save point in the middle though, so let's go ahead and use that before I die. Okay, these things are benign turrets as long as you keep an eye on their patterns. So we don't need to panic here. Alright, so we have 2 of 4 unlocks here. Ow. It's okay, I just healed so I can just take the damage now, because that's how I play. Nothing gets real until I'm down to like 10 hit points. Oh gosh, this is one of those things where I wish I'd set my controllers up that I could charge while using things like the grappling hook, but oops, I just don't have it set up that way. And it becomes irrelevant later on, so... You get out of here. No, you stop shooting your laser at my face. Nope. Nope.
You had vaguely mentioned Cave Story earlier, and I was going to ask your opinion. Machine gun or Polar Star?
So the biggest argument for Polar Star is that when you get hit, you don't lose power, and that is a very good argument. So I would say that if you're not planning on doing the secret content, spoiler alert, that there's secret content, then definitely the machine gun. It's just the most fun because you can use it as a jetpack. But if you're planning on doing the secret content, then you probably want to get the Polar Star because being able to have a fully powered gun without any worries is a big deal. What is... Oh, I see it. That's cool. I like that.
Silver mentions that if anyone's interested, 2 games with 5 out of 5 reviews by Metroidvania Review are on Humble Choice, Superland, and Messenger.
Yes, I'm actually going to tweet about that. I didn't want to tweet about it last night when I found out about it, or yesterday when I found out about it, because the itch.io is hosting a charity bundle that's only $5 that also has, like, they're not... I don't know if there is any 5 out of 5 games in there, but there's a lot of Metroidvania games in there if you're interested, and I think it's only got a few hours left after this stream, so definitely check it out. I tweeted about it, and if you're in my Discord, you can see it in the sales section. Or I'm sure if you just...
Messenger is one that Professor Q's been trying to get me to finish, and I've probably gotten about 2/3, 3/4 through, and I'm not that good, unfortunately.
I love the Messenger. And try not to spoil anything, but people... I am in the camp where I think the whole entire game is great, but a lot of people when they get to the second half of the game are like, eh.
I wasn't like, eh, I just am not... I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't want to say backtracking.
Right. Spoiler alert. So I made anybody who's played the Messenger, I made Jake play without telling him anything about it. Okay.
Which is the way to do it, honestly.
I agree, and I put that at the beginning of my review as well. Okay, I can dash up now. I have to remember that. Okay, so I can't hurt this boss. Maybe it... Ah, there we go. Okay, so he hurts himself. He's a time boss. So this is a Undertale bullet hell boss. At least for now.
That's cool. That's a cool mechanic.
Every single one of these bosses has a gimmick, and okay, still can't hurt him. I like his giant... It reminds me of Khan, man.
You'll need to get some context for that, I think.
It's a comic book that we used to write back in high school. That was an inside joke between me and Jake, but he was a Dragon Ball Z ripoff, and we always made fun of the giant laser trope, and he would always charge the giant laser over his head, and it would get ridiculously big, and I don't know. It was a fun little.
But that's
parody.
what's funny is that's how it was in Dragon Ball Z, pretty much. So
Right.
there was nothing original about Comet Man, really,
He was a parody. That was his appeal.
except that I created him unironically.
Darn it. Okay. This might take a couple more tries yet. Oops.
Of course, I was 14 when I did it, so it
I was about to
makes a
say.
little more sense.
High school is one of the most important times of your life in terms of forming who you are. But in that process, some pretty funny things can happen. Darn it. Okay. Okay, so I think maybe his bullets are literally hurting him.
Oh no!
You don't
That's
have
the
to worry.
worst.
You don't have to worry about giving tips, Denzo. I've already played this part, so it's not like. And heck, even later on, if it's taking me too long to get through something, definitely feel free.
You have to save right before it, so it's not too bad. I think you'll get it quick.
I think all of the bosses in this game have that feature. Okay, so he is hurting himself with his own attacks, so I do have to kind of lead his shots. Okay. What is the attack that did half his life?
It's those blue ball things, I think.
Come on. There we go. Oh jeez. It's the backlash on his little spin attack. We're at a point where I feel like I can't end the stream until we beat this boss, though. Maybe we should leave him for next time, right? What do you think?
Oh, that's so annoying that the thing
Shrinks.
homes on you a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought it just lumbered around.
No, I actually noticed what Denzo was talking about on the last time. Okay, I hate when I get damaged on my way back to the boss. Whoops, there's a heal right next to it. That's nice. It doesn't matter how much damage I take. Well, shoot, I'm just going to take my way through that every time. I don't remember how many phases this boss has. Oh, gosh. Okay, so what happened was you kind of want to get him stuck on the wall because then his attacks really bounce off of him easily. Alright, we're not doing very well this time. It's probably not going to be our run. We're going to try anyway. As I said, never give up when you're in the middle of a boss. Whoops. Because every second you spend with the boss is valuable experience towards your next run. Alright. So this is the tricky part. Okay, so when he bounces off the wall, what I need to do is I need to jump straight up instead of trying to jump through him. I'm like, I'm just going to take my way through there, and I get through there with no damage. It's funny. Alright, here we go. I'm feeling it this time. What do you think, Jake? We're going to make it this time?
I think we can do it.
Feeling it, I'm feeling it. Yeah, when you get next to that wall right there, that's what causes him to really hurt himself. So if you can kind of lure him... Okay, that works.
That's perfect angle right there.
Oof. Dagnabbit.
So you can only pick a horizontal or vertical dash. You can't do both, right?
At this point in the game, yes. Oh gosh. Alright, so when he hits the wall, go straight up. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, well, let's see. If I can get to the second phase with no damage, then we can tank through some of those shots. Preferably we get to the first phase with no damage. Alright, we got this. Okay, good. So he jumps 3 times. Nope. There's no pattern to that. He can jump 2 or 3 times. Maybe it's based off his HP. Ugh. I was expecting him to jump, and he didn't do it when I was expecting him to. Alright.
I'm trying to pick up the pattern here too, but like you said, it doesn't seem too regular.
Okay, so the important thing here is don't let him hit the wall. That's my new strategy for that part. Is don't try and dash through him at all.
Tough.
Yeah. Yeah, Denzo bullied me too hard, so I've lost all my confidence. Now we got this. Trust me, everyone. No matter what this game throws at me, I've been through worse. Because this game is well designed.
I think they want to hear those stories.
Oh my gosh. I am never streaming those games, so sorry.
Oh, that would be fun, actually.
Seeing me actually rage, you mean?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean,
everybody
from a
wants.
critical standpoint, it could be interesting to point out.
Sure. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what makes him. Maybe it's my jump that makes him jump. Okay, I'm just gonna let him do his thing because he's gonna hit himself. Okay, maybe it's when I hit my dash that he triggers his jump. Like sometimes he does it 4 times and sometimes he does it 3 times. I don't know if there is a pattern. Specific is a specific pattern like that. I mean, oh. Woo!
Oh no, right into him.
Yeah. Okay, get closer before I try to dash through him. I probably should have stopped after that last boss in hindsight, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna get this. I really like that boss, the last boss, one of my favorites. So maybe I should have stopped after him, but we're gonna do it anyway. We've ended like a couple of streams early, so I don't feel like it's too bad to do a longer one occasionally. It's just my obsession with ending on a good note. And of course, failing over and over again is not a good note.
Yeah, you end this stream after just 10 failures in a row.
Don't jinx me. It might end up that way.
I'm setting you up.
Because at some point, we're going to have to. We're going to have to call it quits no matter what. But we did pretty good for that first phase, so. Never make assumptions.
Can you dash through that wall of initial stuff?
Okay, there we go. Got him that time.
I think you can stand on. Oh no, you can't. My bad. Never mind.
No, I don't think you can. I know what you're saying, and I don't think you can. That's going to be really hard to
I
get.
just saw you take damage.
That is going to be really hard to lure him when he's in that corner. You don't want him to start from that corner. All right, guys, I'm calling it. We got to give it 3 more tries, and then we have to stop for the week. I actually had a plan for if this happened because I knew it was going to happen eventually, and unfortunately, I don't have the plan prepared anymore. Silverant believes. I need that belief. Funny thing is, I think we had the final boss after this, and that's it for the initial part of the game. I feel like one time he did half his damage to himself. Am I imagining that?
I think it was just when he nailed himself with like 4 or 5 of his energy balls.
Yeah. Well, we're mastering the first phase, so that's a good... No, never mind.
We're mastering whack.
Whap! There's a great video on YouTube of a guy who figured out the puzzle, the action puzzle of this thing, and like turned on like some heavy metal music and put on some glasses and was like getting all ready to do it. And he walks right into the room and gets shot in the head and dies.
Oh gosh.
It's a great video. But when you stream things live, that's going to happen sometimes. I think that's why people like watching live streams, is because you can see the truth that you don't get to see when you... I bet I can... So this is like a catch-22. Like, you kind of want him to be right in the middle so that you can hit him with the ball. But him being right in the middle makes that initial first volley really difficult to dodge.
It's almost like you have to watch how that ball is getting homed and try and dash through him as it's getting towards him.
Right, right. Well, just like any good, well-designed boss. You learn what you need to do, and then it's just a matter of learning how to execute it. Okay. When he's in a corner, I don't even have to worry about luring it. Okay, he did 2 that time. Let's see if he does 3 this time. Okay, so I think he does escalate his jumps as the fight progresses. Definitely not nailing the first phase. Jump too early. Oh gosh. Actually, I think the corner might be the best place for him to land.
Feels like that doesn't do enough damage.
That's only because you're frustrated watching me. Oh! Okay, I got this. I got this.
That was good.
All right. I know I said this is going to be the last try, and I hope it is. But I think I've figured him out.
Maybe if everybody spammed chat telling you to get good, you would eat it.
It's like the, what is that? Like those old 90s movies where like, I believe in you, I believe in you. It's like, get good, get good.
Yeah. With touching piano music.
With touching piano music, right. The Robin Williams.
Silver's doing it. And Morgan. Yes.
Get good, get good.
Like somehow that's this touching moment. When all you really needed to do was get good.
And Professor Q raises his arms up and the crowd goes wild. Get good, get good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. If I dash... Alright, I definitely figured out how to lure it. I just need to remember that it... Alright, come on, come on. It's like the Angels in the Outfield movie where like he's like raising his arms up for the... Alright, we're taking that too far. Okay.
No, I like it.
Alright, alright.
Oh, you're getting so close. I think, okay, so right after he fires the giant ball, try and jump like over his head, right as it goes above his, because I think it's going to get pulled back to him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's starting to home right away.
We'll see. Oh, Kenzo's leaving.
Kenzo's messing with us.
Alright, I'm serious this time though. 2 more tries and then we have to stop.
Oh, you're getting so close.
I know, I know. I just wish I had prepared my my contingency for this situation ahead of time. because I'm gonna have to like awkwardly Google it now. The funny part about it is that Jake can't hear. Wait, you do have your sound on the Twitch stream, right?
I can't actually hear the sound in the game.
I was about to say. So he's not even gonna hear my contingency if I even pull it off. I'm feeling good about this time though, because we're at full health.
So right when he fires the big ball and it goes over his head, jump over it.
You might be right. That might be it. Oops. I'll be amazed with myself if I manage to no damage this.
Well, you just jinxed yourself now.
Whoops. Oh gosh. So the important thing is you have to be over him while... No, it just homes you. That's actually really interesting. Did you see that?
I think it homes you more, like...
The smaller it gets, you mean? That's possible.
Right. Yeah, there you go.
I think it really helps that I came in here with full health. Nope. That didn't work that time. At least my timing was definitely off. Okay.
Oh, that's so frustrating to watch it hit him after you die too, because it's like he had a third or less of his life.
Hi, George. Come on, come on. Okay, so he does escalate his attacks, or his jumps, so he's going to jump 3 times this time. Whoops. Oh, no. No, I don't have the benefit of full hit points anymore. So 1, 2, 3, and then... Nope, nope, nope. Okay, never mind.
Hey, Cactor. If you're just joining us...
We're about to end the Kansas stream. Hopefully, with a victory.
Jump over now. There you go.
Come on. Okay, that did it. The problem is I have to... Oh my gosh.
It was too close to a wall like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If he ends on the... If he goes to the wall like that, that is the most ideal position. Because I can go really far away. Is this going to be another nail-biting? Oh!
Oh, no.
Did you see? He died at the end there?
So...
Get mediocre. Okay, Logan's got this.
Is that like break a leg?
Hey, how's it going, Chief?
So close.
You're seeing the late stream at this point. Normally we end at 90 minutes, but we've been trying this boss for about 10 minutes now? 15 minutes? Everybody is just on the edge of their seats.
I'm afraid to talk.
So far we're doing really well. You notice we're not talking about Dark Souls 2 during this boss fight at this point, right? That's how you know that the fight is good.
We could if you want.
Not at this point. No, no, no. Okay. Why was I standing right there?
No, that might be good. You baited him right next to a wall.
Yeah, that's good. The problem is I took 7 damage. Nope, not now, not now. Okay. Oh! It's those ground shrapnels that get me every time. Harness the power of the get good!
Yes!
Boom! Alright, we're gonna go back and save. Oh, that was...
You got good.
That is a good boss. I like that boss. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, thank you everyone for joining in on the stream, and I'm sorry it went a little bit later, but I think that that is a good note to end it off on. Didn't die with, or didn't kill him with 1 hit point like the boss previous, but I think that that is a good place to end. Thank you everyone for joining,
Good.
and we'll see you next week.
See everybody.